Is on the air. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Washington football team. It's the final 3 weeks of the season. Still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15. And this carries into the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
They're on the 17-yard line.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
58, right over there, right over there. Yeah, yeah. Mike, 58, right there. Hey, 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 hey.
Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. He's got a first down and more past the 30. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. Well, I tell you what, when you get a running back who can move like that in the open field, that's something to take advantage of, and they certainly did there.
I got you. I got you. Ready, go.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself a big chance.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
A lot of running backs, a little bit of a disadvantage when you start talking MVP. Might not be the case this year. You think he's got a shot, don't you?
I do. I think he's got more than a shot. But what he's going to need here down the stretch this late in the season, he needs that big closing game, that game that we're all going to reflect on and go, oh, my goodness, did he put up a number, let's say 200 plus?
Call it a 3-yard gain, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And he is going to get the first down as he covers up after a pretty good shot there. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. They're going for Howard, but the pass intercepted. Picked off at the 30. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. So far this season, this defense has had their issues against the pass, so that's a great sign for them to get the early pick.
Yeah, confidence builder for them and an absolute shock for the quarterback, because he went into it, he saw the numbers we saw, he watched them on tape. I think he came into this one thinking this is going to be a big day, and it very well could be, but early in this one, advantage defense.
Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Mike 52, I got one. Check.
On 2nd down now, it's Hunt, and he'll fight his way down right around the 12. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
A good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And he'll be tackled right on the 10, well short of the first down. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
Brings up 4th down.
And he tugged this one badly. It's no good. Wide left. And this will remain a scoreless game. So we would have figured that one to be 3 points in the bank, but this game, can be unpredictable at times.
Yeah, he knew he needed to pull it ever so slightly to get it going in the right direction, but he seemed to put a little too much on it, and from short range, that is a bad miss for an NFL kicker.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. A big hitter there, a first down gain of 26 yards. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Throwing, Hundley. Eluding the pressure right. He'll try and run it. Now a loose football. The ball comes out. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. And hopefully for both sides, not a sign of things to come, Charles. This morning, it was so perfect outside, but we knew this weather was coming, and we see the effects of it here early on.
And I wonder if how perfect it was this morning has psychologically fooled everyone. You know, it's almost like even though we were told the weather was coming, and you know the teams knew it as well, that maybe they got fooled and thought, it's going to be okay. And now they're probably a little upset that it's out there raining.
Because warm-ups were dry.
Oh, well, dry, and now you've got to make the change up, and it's the first quarter. Might take them a little time to settle in on their focus and concentration.
Here's a throw that's taken down the backfield. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Philadelphia picking up the first on a gain of 15.
Nice little nifty play for him there. Yeah, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up very easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backside of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. On the run, this is Hunt. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage, and now 3rd and 11 coming up. They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on 3rd down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Strong coverage by Washington, and now 4th down.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
So he gets an early chance to redeem himself, and he's able to put that one through.
And how happy is he? He's able to get that second chance so quickly after the first miss. Gets his confidence back up, and who knows, they may need him for an even bigger kick later in the game.
Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Now Hundley. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. And just shutting him off there. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. It'll go as a pickup of 14 and a Washington first down. And he is the NFC rating offensive player of the week. You got to think, all the guys that take the field each and every week, that's not an easy award. Always has to feel good to grab it.
It has to feel great because it separates you, at least for a week, amongst your peers. And for him to separate again, he has to have the same type of a game. That means being explosive off the line of scrimmage and catching everything that comes his way.
On 2nd and 7, Hundley. This one caught by Ridley. And a loose football. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line.
Whenever I see a team turn it over on back-to-back drives, fumbles on their last two, I know one person's blood pressure who is starting to rise, and that's the head coach.
Absolutely. And bottled up fumble. It's out. It's loose.
Wow. That ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Second and 15. And hitting Juju on the slant. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. The reception good for 7. It's third down. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Eagles in possession. They had the catch on second down, but he didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up. Problems on third down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on third down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to third down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on first and second down.
They're going to try and throw. And this is incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And Washington will take control of the football in great field position.
70 Lions.
A first down carry by Elliott. And he's in for the score, and his spectacular season continues as he ties the NFL touchdown record.
He is phenomenal.
I think it's fair to say there's nothing that gets a crowd to its feet quite like a big play, and that was something special there. Boy, was he moving.
And there's an old chestnut of an expression called getting on your horse. And I hate to use it, but I'm going to right here because it absolutely applies. How about the head of steam he had behind him? He was absolutely galloping downfield. That was something to see.
This will make it into the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
The Eagles take over first and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. So the big play gets him across midfield now for first and 10. A shotgun handoff to Patterson. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them in that game.
And they move this all the way down to the 9. A gain of 32 that time. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he will take this one in for an Eagle touchdown. Kareem Hunt, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And once again, the Eagles are back out in front. Solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up, meaning when you get on a guy, you just stay right there, and each guy has his own assignment. That allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
It's second and inches.
On second and inches, Hundley. That's caught by Howard. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. 70th catch for him on the year, and like so many others, this goes for a first down.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Able to fight through one tackle. Not much there, only a yard.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Here's Elliott. And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47. Another good run there for a guy who, remember, on Wednesday was named NFC Offensive Player of the Week for what he did a week ago.
Yeah, and you know it takes some solid runs and some extra special ones in order to win that type of an award. I think
Ezekiel Elliott gonna take it the distance.
You know what? Why don't you just start over?
He is into the end zone, and the touchdown record is now all his. Ezekiel Elliott, a guy who considers himself underrated, has told his detractors to put some respect on his name. Hard not to respect a run like that.
And that's his second touchdown run of this game, and this one add a high degree of difficulty to it as well. I'm absolutely marveling at how effortless he makes this look. I mean, let's face it, he had a long way to go. But how about the vision, the creativity with the football in his hands? It's really something to watch.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
The Eagles take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Touchdowns on back-to-back drives. So a very good flow right now offensively.
Hard to slow them down, too, because they are locked in. Feel like the offense coordinator is a little bit ahead of the defensive guys right now. They're beating them to the punch with their play calls. They've got a nice rhythm they're locked into. How can the defensive guys come up with something that'll disrupt that flow? That's what they're seeking right now.
Well, it's been an exciting sequence to watch. Here's a 2nd and 7. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Yards to go.
The Eagles on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 7. It's caught. Jones. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Nice 3rd down conversion and even 20 yards. On 1st down, they'll run with Hunt. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Washington territory. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Out of the gun, they'll with Hunt. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead them to 3rd down. The Eagles on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. Here it's 3rd and 2. And he'll be stopped up as he could only muster a yard. So 4th down coming up on the other side as we have reached the 2-minute warning.
It's now 4th down.
Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. And he'll be touched out here, but not before he does pick up the first. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th. They show run with 3 tight ends here on 1st down. Now this time he'll look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Give him 6 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Number 44. It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 38-yard line.
Flush to his right. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Leighton Vander Esch. There he goes left side.
They should have put a stamp on me in the locker room.
Bring this one back. It is a pick six for a Washington touchdown. Well, you don't want to coach him, Charles, to stay in the pocket on every play, but I guess that's the danger of getting outside of the pocket, extending a play, and making a bad throw. Turns into 6 points the other way.
Yeah, sometimes when you get outside the pocket, your vision actually gets obscured a little bit, or you narrow it down too much, and you don't see all the defenders in the area.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. This will make it into the end zone, and Patterson will not return it. It comes out to the 25.
25-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
They'll run with Hunt on second down. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
And after that type of a run, there's some talking going on down on the field, but it's not trash talking. The guy who just carried the ball, he's going back and telling his offensive line, great job, keep it up, and we'll break that one soon.
An extra man in the secondary for Washington on 3rd down. That's caught by his tight end, Jordan Akins. The 30, the 20, 10, touchdown, Philadelphia. Jordan Akins, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Eagles have cut it back within a score.
Lining up for the extra point.
Well, that's pretty impressive, Charles. It's one thing to be an elite speed wide receiver and have all that yards after the catch into the end zone, but from your tight end?
Yeah, you don't get that very often. What you're describing is more like a Tyreek Hill, a Devontae Adams, and Antonio Brown. You're not talking about a guy that lines up or can line up in line and look like an extra tackle on running plays. He took that bad boy downfield just like he was a scat back.
Before the game, he told me, I'm going to have a zinger or two today. And I was like, a zinger or two? I guess that's a zinger, right?
That's a zinger.
1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Out there setting ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, we have a lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are on the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
And he finds Howard complete. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout.
3rd down.
Hey, watch the ball, watch the ball. Ready? 60 Eagle, 60 Eagle. Hang with us.
Once again, they'll keep it on the ground.
Here we go again. Man, they ain't got a chance.
So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. Taken in the end zone. And Patterson will not return it. It comes out to the 25. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable third down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. Caught on the right side by Jones. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. They'll try and throw for it here. Open man there is Patterson, complete. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration. On first down, Patterson. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
At the 36-yard line.
Mike 51, Mike 51. Here I come. Chicago 80.
Once more, they turn to Patterson. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38. And now we're going to get a timeout called by the Washington defense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. An extra man here in the secondary for Washington on 3rd down. Now a shotgun snap as he'll look to throw. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And that will be incomplete.
2 things you can do in that situation. Run and punt the football or try and take your shot at getting the first down. They chose the latter, but they'll have to punt all the same.
And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Yeah, he's able to push his way forward somehow for a gain of about 2 yards. 2nd down now. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. This is caught. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him. And he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there.
Cowboy 80. Ready.
They'll try to run it in with Elliott. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Ezekiel Elliott taking it in. And Washington able to stretch that lead out even further. He keeps carrying the ball into the end zone, and in this one, he's sort of carrying the team on his back.
He's the reason that they lead right now. No question about it. And you talk about on his back, he's not minding the extra weight at all, is he? Carrying that just as lightly as he does the football. Yeah, what a great performance so far.
Those 3 touchdowns, it's got him in the lead. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Kareem Hunt, his running back, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd down.
19 Tiger.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he can't quite intercept it. Zone coverage, free safety was there. Couldn't come up with it, and now it's 4th down.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at
And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
End result of that one, a nice 4-yard gain. So you can use that to set up your play-action game. Or you can come right back and continue to run the football because as an offensive play caller, you're on schedule and feeling pretty good about your next couple of calls.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 27 yards there, a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
They'll look to throw. Open man is Howard, the tight end. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. O.J. Howard, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And Washington is able to stretch their lead. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
Eagles.
Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense. And that's going to leave him with just 1 timeout remaining still in the 3rd quarter. We'll see if that comes back to haunt him. We'll be back. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Fielded in the end zone. And Patterson will not return it. It comes out to the 25.
25-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone.
And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked up by Leighton Vander Esch. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December. Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake, after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Down to the 30 after a gain of 3.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game, and while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
Silver.
Again, it's Elliott. Shrugs the tackle.
Nice.
It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll bring up a 4th down. This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more.
It's 4th down.
Now back to throw. And he's got a man. It's the tight end, Howard. And they'll get this down to the 10. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Back now here on EA Sports. It's Washington with the football and the lead as we start the 4th. They'll look to throw here. Completes it to the fullback, Ham. And this carry brought to an end at the 8. Good stick skills, just not much room there to operate. That catch good for only a couple.
2nd and goal at the Eagles' 8-yard line.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Hundley. All right. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation.
It's now 3rd and goal.
Waiting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And he's into the clear. Past the 20. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return and an Eagle touchdown. This defense, Charles, they needed some type of a spark to help get them back in this game. I think they just got their spark.
No doubt about it. And, you know, that's all they discussed. How can we get ourselves moving again? How can we get our team going? This definitely qualifies.
And he will get into the end zone to cut the lead a little bit further. And, boy, things switched on a dime here. The fumble recovery for the touchdown and also a 2-point try on top successful.
That feels like a momentum call. Pick it up on a fumble return, take it the other way for a touchdown. That's demoralizing for a team to have it happen against them. So the offense just says, you know something? Let's add to it. Pile on top, go for 2 now while their heads are down.
Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Watch the run. Watch the run. Hey, watch Sam. Check Mike 54.
They go to Elliott again. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a 1st down. They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration, not a good play.
Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Tack McKinley in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. Power running by Zeke. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That one good for a 1st down pickup of 18 yards.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, They're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
The intended target was Calvin Ridley, and that'll bring up second down.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
Throwing, Hundley. And he slings one that's incomplete. He was looking for Chris Godwin that time. And now it's 3rd down. An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
Let's go. We got this. We got this. Right there. 54. Right there. 54, Mike. Bring it.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And that is incomplete. Give credit to K.J. Wright. He was disrupting defensively.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts. This time on 3rd down.
Running with Elliott. And he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain. Ron Rivera, the gambling type, but he comes up empty here. And the Eagles defense able to hold. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. That one unable to develop. Never got going. A loss of a couple. And it's 2nd down.
Hey, you don't want to see me. You don't want
And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but he did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Looking downfield for Jones. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by the safety, Whiskey Tart. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out.
2nd and 11 at the 40-yard line.
On 2nd and 11 now. Hundley. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And I think that's a pretty good illustration of why they try to get the football into his hands out of the backfield. That was something else. They'll run on 1st down. Craig. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year. And the interception by the Washington defense leads to a touchdown.
Jason Sanders set to kick off.
And the Eagles hands team able to cover it up. 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. The Pro Bowl wideout Julio Jones is intended receiver. But now it's third down.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on first and second down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He may try and run. Now the ball comes loose. And it's Washington that scoops it up. And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line. So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. Godwin, and he's got him complete. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. 7 yards to pick up there. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. On play action, they'll throw. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's third down.
Brings up 3rd down and 3 yards to go.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. That one a backbreaker as they wind up converting there on 4th. Here's a first down throw that's complete. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. That one looks like he'll throw here. It's complete to his receiver, Godwin. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10, marking down at the 9. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
It'll be a 3-yard pickup, and it brings up 2nd and goal.
A gain of 3 brings up 2nd and goal.
They'll try again with Elliott, and he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And Washington able to capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. And the lead will grow by 1 more.
Next is Washington 48, Eagles 25.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. This will make it into the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards.
21-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now. And if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
And now here is another interception. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And he will bring this one back. It is a pick 6 for a Washington touchdown. Defensively, they've had their way in this one. That pick 6 makes that scoreboard even more lopsided.
I remember talking with a guy in the league, and I said, what do you do when the game's like this? You know, it's pretty much over. You ready to go to the bench and hang out? He said, oh, heck no. I want to stay on the field. I might get some stats. I might get a pick or 2.
You like being out there at the end of these wide margins.
When they have to throw it, that gives you more opportunities to go get it.
Jason Sanders set to kick off.
And the Eagles dodge a ball. They cover it up. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very...
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Julian Blackman. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. That's always puzzled me a little bit.
So that'll just about do it for Charles.